right, so you really set the tone, I would say, for the game today with that fumble recovery. How important is that for you guys to get the game started on the right foot when you head out on defense?
It's really important. Momentum really flows all game, and to start the game like that, it's very crucial. Usually we like our kickoff team because they start the game on the right foot. They get the momentum going, so we just carry it over onto the first drive. And I want to shout out John Rowland and Brandon Janssens for forcing the fumble.
Great. And fourth shutout of the year for you guys. It seems like every week it's like you guys compete to hold the team to less yards. Is that something? Is those stats and stuff you guys kind of talk about leading up to games?
We don't really talk about it. Of course, we want to do the best we can. We're more focused about doing our job, but we do like when we hold them to limited yards.
And what really about this group makes it so special, so collective, and working on all cylinders?
Well, we got a lot of fifth years coming back, a lot of dudes that weren't happy about the ending of the last season, so we're trying to fix that. And we all have a really good connection, a lot of good chemistry. We have a lot of fun out there together.
Guys, head back home next week. What do you take away from this game? Like I said, another shutout, but what are some things that you can take into next week too?
Just the little things we did wrong or that we got to fix. It's easy to be happy after a big win like this, but you got to worry about the little things. Never get bored of the basics.
And then there in the fourth quarter, Wilmington threatened there down in the red zone, and defense came up with the big stop, and we talked about it on the radio broadcast about the starters meeting the defense out on the field. Just talk about that camaraderie, not only amongst the starters, but for the defensive unit as a whole as you go down the depth chart.
It's huge. I mean, you never know when your name's going to be called. I'm living proof of that. That's how I got my first start, and all it takes is one play, you're on the field. So it's really good to get them as many reps as they can and to have pressure where we don't want to give up points, but you got the pressure of they might score. So that's huge. It just prepares us for bigger and better games.
How cool is it to see your teammates, that second team, that third team, sealing that shutout for the team?
Oh, that's awesome. It's stuff that I can really, look back on, because I was in those shoes at one point, and all the older guys coming out and showing you love. That's a big thing. It just helps with chemistry, camaraderie, and we are really like a family.
Good.
Coach, we'll start things off with your defense. Pitches fourth shutout of the season. What can you say about the effort of those guys from start to finish? Not only the starters, but also some other guys that came in and played late in the game today.
Yeah, I think it's exactly that effort. The willingness to run to the ball and tackle, which obviously their defensive motto is 11-1. And you've seen that, in the four shutouts, but also in all the other games too. But obviously, there's a standard that they want to play with, and guys that get opportunities are going to go out there. And today, I thought the defensive guys definitely took advantage of those opportunities.
It was pretty cool at the end of the game. Towards the end of the game, when Wilmington was on your guys' sixth, the defense makes the stop on fourth down. The whole sideline comes to run and greet them. Yeah. What does that say about your team's chemistry?
Well, they love each other, right? They like seeing guys make plays, whether it be on special teams, defense, or offense. And that's great to see as a coach, the guys supporting one another.
How important is it in games like this to get some opportunities for some of those second or third string players, knowing that, next year or at any given time with an injury, their number is going to be called?
Yes, no doubt. Very important. It's hard to simulate what it's like in a game in practice. Obviously, I'm sure every coach in America would probably say that, but when they get opportunities in a game, that's always great. Would have liked to see, the offense do a little bit better, but when they came over the sideline, we talked, and then they executed, and probably could have scored some touchdowns, but it was important to, I think, work the kicking team too.
Right.
It's good.
Yep.
On my end.